We're joined right now by Gary Byrne, the former Secret Service agent who wrote Crisis of Character. We've had him on the show before. Gary, welcome back.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Great to have you, and I don't think we've talked to you since the election, so let me get your reaction to Donald Trump, president-elect.
I think it's great. When I first started writing my book, Crisis of Character, the idea was to get the truth out about Hillary Clinton. I wasn't necessarily trying to get anybody else in. But, the truth is Mr. Trump not only beat Hillary Clinton, he beat Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, the mainstream media, and based on what you were just saying, he's still having to kind of prove himself and beat the mainstream media. It's just incredible the way the left can slam anybody or slander anybody they want on the right. But it doesn't work the other way.
So Gary, I have to ask, since you've got connections in the Secret Service, since writing your book, have you heard from people on like conditions in the White House as they are now? Have there been any complaints about the Obamas, and are they looking forward to having a new family in there in the White House? Yeah,
the Obamas actually. The way I understand it from the contact I've had with the people I know is they're actually pretty nice people. They treat them pretty well. They're decent people. As far as when it comes to politics, whoever's in there is in there. When I was in the Secret Service, they used to have a saying, the American people elect them and the Secret Service protects them. So, but I'm sure that, certain people are looking forward to a change of administrations. 8 years is a long time. And the Secret Service, the agents and the uniform division officers like myself, like I was, they work very long hours. So they're probably just ready for a change of pace, get through this inauguration because, again, they're working very long hours now and lots of overtime.
I was thinking of you the other day because Ed Klein, the author, who's also got a book out right now about the Clintons, had an interview claiming that he was with Bill Clinton after the election and was in a screaming match on a telephone with his wife, Hillary, over who was at fault for her losing. And at the end of it, Bill got so mad he apparently took his cell phone and threw it off of a building where they were standing when this was going on. And it reminded me of some of the interactions that you had seen with Hillary Clinton through the years.
Yeah, I'd heard some of those stories. I also heard the one about, the night of the election as it became clearer and clearer that she was not going to win, how she started to take it out on John Podesta and other people in the room. That fits right into what I saw also in those years, where she blames everybody else but herself. And the truth is, she was the reality of Hillary Clinton is that, in my opinion, she's the most effective candidate we've ever had in this country. I don't know who else could have been has as many mistakes and bad decisions as Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, that's. I was thrilled that you came forward because I know you took some heat for coming out with this book, and I would encourage people to look up Crisis of Character there on Amazon because it's a well put together piece. The left attacked you immediately because they didn't want the additional truth to be out about Hillary, but for whatever impact it might have made on this election, thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind words. Yeah, they did attack me. The funny thing is that they were actually attacking me. They actually said, before the book even came out, in other words, before they even had a chance to read it, they said I now fall in place in the same line as Ed Klein. And, I knew who Ed Klein was, and I thought, that's not bad company.
Right.
That's nice. So it wasn't like they were insulting me. I'm like, Ed Klein's a great writer. He's written many a book.
Well, and I think that the telling part of that is what you said a minute ago in this interview, that you didn't write the book to try to get somebody elected president. You wrote the book so that the public would know the truth about one of these two candidates.
Yeah, I left the Secret Service in 2003, so for 13 years after that, I was the U.S. Air Marshal. And I had a very long time to go over what had happened to me. And just for some of your listeners that don't really know who I am, I'm the first employee employed by the Secret Service who was ever forced to testify against the sitting president in a criminal law case. And, of course, that's the Monica Lewinsky case, where I was subpoenaed 6 times. So, I had a lot of time to look back at it. And my thought process changed. I decided about 2 years ago that it was going to be my new mission. I was going to retire, and my new mission was to get the truth out about Hillary Clinton. If she still got elected, so be it. That's our system. But people needed to know who she really was, because I feel that she was that dangerous.
I know the Secret Service assigns a nickname to the people that they're assigned to cover. Is that what were the nicknames for the Clintons?
The call signs, yeah, they actually end up being published. President Clinton was Eagle, Hillary was Evergreen, and their daughter was Energy.
Energy. I have to wonder what the how will they arrive at those for Donald Trump and Melania?
Actually, it's a pretty fascinating thing. I'll try to make it quick here. There's a colonel in the Pentagon. The last time when I was there, I knew it was an Air Force colonel, but it's usually a colonel. They take all this information about the protectee. They pick a letter. For instance, the Clintons were all E's, the Bushes were all T's. I'm not sure what Mr. Trump's call sign is, but they'll all start with the same letter.
Oh. I was thinking the Don, or I'm trying to think of.
No,
it seems like somebody.
No, it'll be something. It'll be military-like. It'll be something like. Oh, he is. I think it's going to be M for them, and I think he's Mogul.
Okay, Mogul. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that's great.
So.
Yeah, that's eye-opening. I had no idea how they arrived at that. I assumed somebody just got the task of thinking up a good descriptive name for them, but that's not it.
All the communications for the president and the Secret Service are done by the nickname is WACA. It stands for White House Communications. And
okay.
It's different branches of the military that come together to do the communications, and and this colonel in the Pentagon, he's the one that picks the letter and the name.
That's good to know. Good information there. Listen, Gary Byrne, thank you for your time. Let me remind people the book that he wrote is called Crisis of Character by Gary Byrne. You can find it on Amazon. You can get the Kindle or hardcover or paperback version of it. You can get it in plenty of time for Christmas, so be sure and give that to your favorite conservative. Gary, thank you.
Thank you. Hope to talk to you again. Bye-bye.
Yep, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and thank you for giving us some time today. That's fascinating. I had no idea. I just assumed that you had somebody who was just filled with sarcasm who sat around and thought up funny nicknames for these people for the Secret Service.
That would be a perfect job for you and me.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Yeah, no kidding.
We should investigate that. We should look into it.
Good idea. I like that. And they probably have the official nickname, and then they have their own nicknames besides that, I'm sure, depending on how they're treated.
Right.
314-969-9797. I'll get to some of your phone calls. 1-866-455-9797. That and much more.